So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you are doing extremely well and welcome to lecture number 30 of the linked list city. What does the question say? The question says that we have been given a linked list. We have been given a linked list. The name of the question is split linked list in parts. We have been given a linked list. This is my head obviously. So linked list is 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way up to 10. And I have to split it into 4 parts. K is equals to 4 which mentions 4 parts, right? And I have to turn a vector of nodes. I have to run vector of each part will have its own head, right? Vector of nodes, right? So what will happen? I will have to create an array of size 4 and then each linked list will be starting from here, here. Okay. Now k equals to 4. That means I have to try to divide the given linked list into 4 parts such that length of each part is almost equal. Let me write it down. Length of each part is almost equal. The question also says the difference between any two lengths cannot be greater than 1. It has to be less than equals to 1 only. Okay, so k equals to 4. How will I divide it such that difference between any two lengths is not greater than 1? So first I will try to see that if 10, the length here is 10. As you can see, the length of the link is given to me is 10. First I will try to see that if 10 is divisible by 4, if length is divisible by k, if length percentile k equal to 0. The scene is sorted. How? Each part will get length by k values. Each part will get length by k nodes, right? But 10 by 4 is equals to 2.5. That is 10 is not divisible by 2. What is the remainder? Remainder becomes 2, right? Remainder becomes 2. So can I say first part contains 3 nodes, second part contains 3 nodes, and rest remaining part contains 2 and 2 nodes. Then you can see 3 nodes here, 3 nodes here, 2 nodes here, 2 nodes here. Difference between any two of them is less than equals to 1. Difference between any two of them is less than equals to 1. How did I come to this approach? I will say that each list will have minimum length by k nodes, integer division, right? So 10 by 4 integer division gives me 2. Each will have 2 nodes. How many extra left? Extra left are equals to length percentile k, which is also equals to 2. Now my task will be to divide these two such that plus 1 here, plus 1 here. If the remainder would have been 3, I would have said that plus 1 here, right? If the remainder would have been 4, that is not possible. Why? Because k is 4. If the remainder would have been 4, it would have converted this to 3 3 3 3 and it would have changed itself to remainder have changed itself to 0, right? So what will I do? I will say each list will contain at least length by k and extra nodes are length percentile k. Now how will I proceed? For the given linked list, my simple approach is, see, the reason to do this question as lecture number 30 is just to support visualization again, because I think that we were getting diverse from the fact that linked list always works on the basis of visualization. I just wanted to bring you back there. What I'm going to do is, suppose in a list I want 3. Like I have figured out that I want 3 nodes here, right? Suppose my temp is here. How will I give this list 3 nodes? How is that possible? So for that, what will I do? I have my temp here, and if you can see, if I go my node here, that is 1, 2. If I go my node here, that is my temp comes here, my scene is sorted. For 3 nodes, I have to make 2 jumps. 1 jump here, 1 jump here. So what will I do? I will first calculate something like this. I will say whole equals to length by k. Extra equals to length percentile k. Now what will I do? I will say my temp equals to my head currently. My temp equals to head. Now while temp is not equals to null, what will happen? What will happen while my temp is not equals to null? I will say x equals to whole. Now if my extra is not equals to 0, in that case x plus plus also extra minus minus. That is, I have assigned one of the extra nodes to the given linked list. Now what will happen? My temp is at head currently. Now we figured out that for x equals to 3, I want to do 2 jumps. That means for x equals to 2, I want to do 1 jump. So what will happen? I will say x minus minus. Now this is actually different from this if condition. Now while my x is not equals to 0, what will I do? I will say temp equals to temp next, temp equals to temp next, also x minus minus. After this while loop, what will happen? My temp will actually come here. My head is actually here. What will I do? I will say next. I will say next is equals to here, and I will break this connection. And I will break this connection. So my algorithm says next equals to temp next, and after that temp next equals to null. Temp next equals to null. Now what will happen? I will say my linked list, that is this node, will contain my head. This will contain my head. So I will say, suppose I created an answer array. So answer dot pushback head. Answer dot pushback head. But for the further iteration, I have to fix some values. What will I do? My head will become equals to next, and my temp will become equals to next. So head equals to next. Similarly, temp equals to next. And as you can see, it will carry on. That is, it will give 3 nodes to it, 2 nodes to it, 2 nodes to it. Let me dry run it. Let me dry run it for a different example. Suppose the given linked list is 1, 2, 3, 4, only this. But your k is given to you as 5. K is given to you as 5. Length of the linked list is actually greater than k. So what will happen? Your whole will be 4 by 5, which is actually equals to 0. But your extra will be remainder, which is equals to 4. Now what will happen? You will place your head here, your head is here, your temp is here. Now what will happen? You will create an answer array which is initially empty, right? Now your loop will start. While temp is not equals to null. In the first iteration, what will happen? Your x, which is number of nodes you want in the current linked list, will be equals to 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1, which will equals to 1. And I will subtract extra. It will become 3. After that, I say x minus minus. So x will again go to minus 1, that is equals to 0. Now what will happen? I will traverse while x, right? This loop, while x is not equals to 0. X is already 0, so I will skip this loop and I will come here. Next equals to t next. Next comes here. After that, I break this connection. This connection is break. Now what will happen? I will say push back head. So I will push back 1 in the current answer, right? And after that, t becomes here, h also comes here. T also comes here, h also comes here. In the second iteration, my x will be again 0 plus 1, and extra will change to 2, which will equals to 1. After that, for traversal, minus 1 equals to 0. Again, next here, temp here, head here, this connection is broken off. Second English is 2. Again, n, t, h. Third iteration also. In the third iteration, this will actually become 0. This will actually become 1, right? For this one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. When it becomes 0, my n is here, my t is here, my h is here. And as you can see, I wanted a length of 5. But I've only got 4 nodes. What will happen now? Now I will have to use another loop which will say while answer dot size is not equals to k, answer dot push back. What do I push back? I want to push back 0 node. That means null value, just for the sake of it, right? It just for the answer to be returning true. Return answer. So this will look something like null, and I will be returning this answer, right? I hope you were able to understand. What did we do? We just calculated a whole, we just calculated extra, and we just traversed. This question, I am saying again, this question is not a very good level question, but I was just mentioned at this point and the lecture number 30, I guess, or the lecture number 30, only because I just wanted to remember you that linked list is all about visualization. In fact, whole coding is about visualization, but linked list is a special case, right? Linked list is a special case. All right, so let us see the code of it and just end the video. More interesting topics are on the way. Only 2 to 3 videos more, and the linked list series will be finished. Okay, so don't worry about that. Alright guys, so here we are in the coding section. I am using Lead Code platform to do the code of this problem. I would advise you to do so. Plus, I would like to request you to please subscribe to my channel if you have already not tuned in with me. And if you want more such amazing videos, please like the video as well. Okay, so first I will create a list node star vector to store my answer, right? And after that, I will make int length equals to 0. List node star temp equals to head for the traversal and finding the length. Now while my temp is not equal to null. In that case, length will increase and temp will move forward. This is pretty straightforward. We are already covered in the basic lectures of it, basic lectures of the playlist. So if you don't know about how to calculate length, etc., you can please follow the linked list series along the way. Okay. Now int whole, which will be the minimum nodes in every part of the answer array, is equals to length by k, and int extra will be length percentile k, which will be spread evenly 1 1 1 each through the starting nodes. Now what will happen? Why I have to say temp equals to head again. Temp equals to head, right? Now what will happen? I will say while my temp is not null, right? What will happen? I will say int x, which is the size of the current element I am going to insert in the linked list, is equals to whole, while my extra, if my extra is not 0, if my extra is not 0, in that case what will you do? You will just increment your x, so it will be x plus plus, and it will be temp equals to, oh, sorry, extra minus minus, extra minus minus, right, for the future purposes. Now for the traversal, I'm going to the end of the current linked list part, x minus minus, and while temp and x are both not equal to null, in that case x minus minus and temp equals to temp next, temp equals to temp next. Now what will happen? I will say that list node star next equals to temp next, star next equals to temp next, for the future purpose, is to store the element of the next element. Now what will happen? I will say temp next equals to null, that is break of the connection. Now you are free to push back your answer, so push back your head, and now head gets converted to next, temp is also equals to head, right, for the future purposes of the iteration. Now it might be possible that you have to place some nodes as null, so while answer dot size is not equals to k, what will you do? Answer dot pushback null values. Simple. And now you are free to return your answer. Return the answer. Let us try to compile and run it. Hope it will work fine. Should not give any error instead of the typing error, I guess. It is running fine. Let us try it for submit as well. I guess it will run fine there also. It is getting accepted. So thank you for watching. Hope you liked the video. Hope you were able to understand the question. So if you are able to understand the question, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Thank you. Have a nice day. Keep coding and stay tuned.